There was nothing special about the living room at 6 Alpine Street. Indeed, it was much like any other living room you'd find in Roxbury, Massachusetts in 1906. But what happened here changed higher education in America forever. 26-year-old Gleason Archer began hosting 6 students at his Roxbury apartment to study the law. They didn't belong to any of Boston's elite families. They were natives of Revere and Somerville and Fall River, men who wanted to better themselves through higher education, but more than once had encountered the no Irish need apply mindset of many colleges and businesses in the Boston area.
The founding of the university by Gleason Archer was during the Progressive era, and Archer had in mind that it was created as a school for the kids, Irish sons and daughters, sons at first of Irish immigrants who couldn't get into any other Boston area school. He opened the doors of Suffolk to those students. That's the great achievement of Gleason Archer, and it's been the central value of the institution since its founding.
Gleason Archer didn't care who their parents were, or if they had gone to boarding school. He cared about giving these men a chance at an education. And in so doing, he established a tenet of higher education that other institutions would emulate for the next 100 years. Pay no notice of background or race or gender. Simply give people the chance to learn, work hard, and find their own success.
The connection that I see goes back to the value of being a student-centered institution. We see ourselves as a place where we're educating the whole person, where we really care about, training independent thinkers. What we are is a place that celebrates all kinds of people and really cares about our students.
To evolve from a Roxbury living room into a world-class university is no small undertaking. But Archer and his successors were committed to the task, and by the 1960s, the university was really starting to thrive.
When I came, there was just the one building. They were building the Donahue when I went to Suffolk in 1964. So I watched the construction of that building, and by the time it opened, we were bulging at the seams again because the enrollment was growing so fast.
By the 1980s, the university was poised to move into its next phase, and it was David Sargent who helped make that possible.
David Sargent is the essential link between Gleason Archer and setting the stage for our growth, both regionally and nationally. He was the one who saw that Archer's idea could resonate in the second half of the 20th century and into the 21st.
The university had to go through the process of reinventing itself in many ways, coming up with a different student body, reaching out to the international community, having the undergraduate program grow to where it is today. He's actually, this is the legacy of Dave Sargent.
Under David Sargent, Suffolk grew from a commuter school to an institution with residence halls, multiple campuses, and a larger, more diverse student body.
The changes have been enormous. Probably the single most significant shift has been the addition of the residence halls. That really demanded almost a culture shift in the institution as we came to grips with the fact that we now had a population on our campus 24/7 that we had to provide services to and programs and activities for. That's been a huge new dimension to the institution.
There has been such a spectacular growth in terms of not only bricks and mortar, but in terms of programs, in terms of outreach to the Boston community. And now our reputation extends beyond the borders, not only of the United States, but internationally as well.
We continue to build new facilities and fulfill the many needs of a busy student population. We are consistently ranked one of the best colleges in the country by the Princeton Review. And from those first 6 students, the student population has grown to nearly 10,000 men and women from 43 states and more than 100 countries around the world.
I think what people felt about having international students here deepened the robustness of the classroom experience, both inside and then what students did outside of the classroom. Just gave a dimension that wasn't there before, much more international, and that's a way of learning in and of itself.
For over a century, we have had incredible success, thanks to the support of the entire Suffolk community. Our challenge moving forward? Continue to fulfill Gleason Archer's mission within the context of what it means to be a 21st century university.
I think if we're going to be true to our mission and activate and embrace our mission, we have to look around our communities and say, where do we see raw talent, right? Who perhaps is not being embraced in a way that is befitting of a flourishing community, and recognize that that's who we are. We embrace people and see that with this opportunity that is education, we can all move forward together. And that's what Suffolk has stood for over 100 years.
Future of Suffolk is tremendous. We are on the move, we are stepping up, we are expanding, we are creating a cohesive campus through downtown Boston that will serve our students and the community quite well.
So what lies ahead for Suffolk University? What will the next 100 years bring?
There's no question in my mind that the Suffolk University of the 21st century is going to amaze everybody. It's going to amaze me, it's going to amaze the alumni, it's going to amaze the students, but in the process of that, our goal has to be, and will be, making sure that each student gets as much out of this institution as he or she wants to. And I think that the dedication of everybody here is going to make that really happen.
This is an exciting time in the history of Suffolk University. The faculty, the students, and the alumni are all engaged and ready to participate in what lies ahead.
Every day at Suffolk, we continue to do what Gleason Archer started in his living room. Break down the barriers to higher education and give smart, motivated men and women the tools they need to make a difference in their world, for themselves, their families, and their communities. This is the legacy of Suffolk's past and the promise of its future.